There are a lot of Republicans who I think the main question for them is would Donald Trump melt down tonight completely, and would we have a complete conflagration tomorrow? Do you have a sense that Trump has survived this debate? Do you feel as though that he's done enough that he will still be the person Hillary Clinton's running against a week from now?
Well, I think he's definitely going to be the person that Hillary Clinton's running against. And the expectations were so low for Donald Trump, especially on top of the weekend he just had. I mean, he's got an awful lot of Republicans abandoning him. I'm not sure he stopped that tonight with the stunt he pulled before the debate began. I think the stunt was really bad.
And there we have the picture you're seeing on screen right now. You're seeing the Clintons getting ready to make their departure from the debate site. You can see the back of Bill Clinton there as he's about to jump in that car and exit the debate site. Senator, my other question for you is whether you had a sense, and I think there are a lot of Republicans who even are very critical of Donald Trump, that he had a difficult time in the first 30 minutes or so of the debate, but after that seemed to exhibit at least a greater degree of preparation for this debate than he did the previous debate. Did you sense that? I mean, he seemed to have done some degree of research. We heard references to Jonathan Gruber. We heard references to Sidney Blumenthal. There were a variety of different places where you could get a sense they maybe have been studying. Did you have that sense tonight?
Well, once again, very low expectations, very low bar. I will admit he said the same phrase over and over and over again, but he did throw in a few research points. But several times he failed too.
Right.
I mean, he didn't understand Chinese steel. Clearly, she had a better grasp of energy policy than he did, and also foreign policy. I think he showed some real weaknesses.
Did you think there, like, yet another I think widespread perception was that Senator Clinton was on defense for a decent chunk of the night in the middle of the debate? Did you feel like she held up relatively well at that point when she was taking tough questions both from the audience and from the moderators and from Trump?
I think she did. I think she held up very well. I think there really was a contrast. I mean, I think people forget that Donald Trump, we've gotten used to Donald Trump just saying the same things over again. I'm great, I'm wonderful, let's get along with Putin, I'll defeat ISIS, it's going to be great, it's going to be wonderful. I think people don't realize how little substance there really is. We've kind of gotten like inured to it, and it's like we don't realize he still doesn't say much, and he still didn't say much tonight.
What do you think we're going to be talking about tomorrow from this debate? We know these debates are about moments. You've been in a fair number of debates yourself. Usually the next day we look up, there are 2 or 3 things that we talk about and chew over for the next 24 to 48 hours. What are we going to be doing that about in the aftermath of this debate?
I think there'll be a fair amount of talk about the defiant, desperate, tacky attempt at a stunt before the debate, and parading the women in there in the front row, trying to somehow unsettle Hillary Clinton. I think people will be talking about that. I don't think that helps Donald Trump. I don't think that helps him with Republicans, by the way, that are really cautious about having anything to do with this guy now. And I think also it was a really, the hate in the heart, I thought, was really tough and offensive, and then the whole thing that he hadn't even talked to Mike Pence and they disagree.
You're from a purple state that a couple months ago people talked about Missouri maybe being in play in this race. Is there a chance you think Missouri will be in play?
Missouri is in play.
Missouri's in play at the presidential level. Claire
is.
McCaskill promises that's the case.
It's the case.
All right, thank you, Claire
Thank
McCaskill,
you.
very much. Thanks for being here.